Welcome everyone to the last episode of the Far Left Lane podcast for 2023.
Oh my God, I thought you were gonna say ever.
Forever, yeah.
You scared me for a second there, Kevin.
Dude, I was looking at our subscriber count. I know you know
Uh-huh.
this. We're at 9.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Uh,
good.
I'm thinking we should do a giveaway, try to get to 10 before the end of the year.
Okay, like get an Oculus, like a new Oculus or something.
No, I'm thinking like a 20% off Bed Bath& Beyond coupon.
Oh, okay.
So if you
How
if you join within the next if you subscribe within the next 2 days, well actually by tomorrow, so one day, because today is 12:30. This episode will probably come up though. They probably only have that day. It'll probably be
right.
released tomorrow on New Year's Eve. Yeah, just email the farliftlane at outlook.com and we will send you a 20% off Bed Bath& Beyond coupon.
I want to make it even less exciting. Like, how about we send them a raffle ticket so they have a chance to win a 20% off coupon for Bed Bath& Beyond. Um,
Uh,
I think the Oculus is a great
that would be a
thing,
great
except
gift,
that I
but
don't I don't want to pay for
I don't
it.
own one.
Yeah,
Shoot,
that's very generous.
yeah, I guess I'd just make an alias and buy it for myself.
You're gonna get the subscriber count up like kind of like in a sketchy way.
Yeah.
I'm proud of our organic growth, actually. I know we hit up our friends, families, and fools at first, and then we kind of like we're like, all right, who else is there? And then yeah, we've had every week it seems like someone finds us.
Like an
I'm proud
MLM.
of.
Just try to recruit.
It's a proven system.
Yeah. A lot of people got rich from it.
Mm,
All right, well, to start us off, we're gonna play a game.
okay,
Uh,
love games.
Google Trends game. We're gonna try to guess the top, uh, I guess, trending news, games, movies, and TV shows for 2023.
Okay.
So,
I'm not going to be a rude, unprofessional podcaster on my phone, like texting, but I am going to look at some of the trends I had as a plan. So
okay.
I won't pull this up.
So, do you
Um,
want to start out with news stories? Like,
yeah. How about what did you have first? Because I bet we
s-
have a lot of the same ideas.
so yeah. So I'm thinking Oceangate because I remember that was huge.
The
The
Titan
submarine
Submersible,
that
I
just
have that
went.
on here. Okay. I'm glad we have the same on the same track. Um, so when was that? That was like
I
that was
think
in
it
the
was in the spring or summer.
spring. I think it was the spring.
Yeah.
You know, uh I think that was in my mushroom period because I remember like really going through it with those people. I was like,
Oh.
oh, I feel claustrophobic. I think I'm running out of air too. It was crazy, dude. Um, okay, so what's the game? How do we do this?
All right. So I mean, we're just trying to guess. It bonus points if you get the top number one. But
Hmm.
I think if we can get, I guess our picks within the top five, you get some points. I don't know. The points don't matter. We're just having fun, seeing if we can guess.
Like,
I feel
whose
like
line is it anyway? That's what they used to say. The points
yeah,
don't matter. It's all
everything's
made
made
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So should we have multiple picks for each category? I'm thinking obviously the Israel
Yeah.
Hamas Palestine conflict.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to be up there.
Yeah, that was just kind of a big deal. Um, uh,
I feel like Ukraine's been a thing. The Russia-Ukraine thing's been a thing for like the last couple years. So I
I'm
don't know if
pretty
that's
sure
top.
we'll see a downtrend for
Yeah,
Ukraine.
I think that's probably gonna maybe not be top five.
Yeah, Ukraine and Russia so last year. Um,
It's like 2 years ago
uh,
now, right?
yeah, it
I think
is.
so. I don't know.
Uh, how about the how about that disclosure hearing in Washington?
Oh, the
That
UFO thing?
UFO
Oh, yeah, that's a good
UAP
one.
thing. That was a pretty big one, and I think that's very much in the web kind of zeitgeist. So there's a lot of people probably looking up like what's a UAP even. That's probably a good one. Just do
Oh,
like
yeah.
UAP versus UFO. Um, I don't know. Now I'm just naming stuff.
Well, I think that's enough for that section. We're gonna check these
Yeah.
at the end. All right,
Okay.
so video games.
Tears of the Kingdom
Oh,
top.
definitely. That was gonna be mine. Tears of the Kingdom.
although GTA 6 right now is going to be a big one.
That's
People looking
true.
up the trailer. Hey, you know what? I want to say something. Kind of, I
What?
was thinking about this for 2024. I really hope that people stop saying so and so broke the internet. You know, like that phrase broke the internet. I kind of hate that. You see it like GTA 6 trailer just broke the internet, or
Hmm.
Taylor Kardashian and Bloody Blue broke up and it broke the internet. You know, it's like that's a
It's
dumb saying.
it's too
And
much exaggerating, right? Like it did
well,
break
the
the
only
internet. I think you should say that if you literally broke the internet.
so when there's a Chinese cyber attack, then we could say
We could say it,
that
sure.
Chinese cyber attack
Yeah.
broke the internet. Except that, ironically, you won't be able to say that because there won't be internet to post that on.
You could read about it in a newspaper and you can make that the headline.
Yeah, or like I guess solar storm broke the internet.
You could say it broke the internet for a region of the country, I
Yeah,
guess. And
I don't
you
know.
could,
That
yeah.
that was such a dumb dad rant I just did. I just don't like that phrase. Broke the internet. Blah blah blah. Broke the internet. Um, I think I'm getting off subject on our game. Okay, so
So we did Tears of the
Tears of the
Kingdom.
Kingdom, GTA 6.
I never played
Um,
this, but Baldur's Gate 3 because I know it won so many awards.
it
That's
was it was the biggest game of the year. South Park did a thing about it.
I'm
That's how you know.
so Tears of the Kingdom is going to be up there for me like for the best video game in my opinion,
Uh-huh.
but also
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy. So I'm actually thinking Hogwarts Legacy is number one.
Oh, that came out like February this year,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah.
That's right.
But
Wow.
that game had so much like bad and good press that I think
Yeah.
it made it even stronger with all the people boycotting it, boycotting
What
J.K.
a
Rowling
what an
and
awesome experience that was. I love that game so much.
yeah.
Um,
If that game didn't
dude,
come out, Tears of the Kingdom would have been an easy number one for me, but
yeah.
Hogwarts made it hard.
This Avatar game that I just started playing, I don't think anyone looked that up. I don't think anyone's even playing it. It doesn't seem like it has the buzzworthiness of these other ones we're
Yeah.
talking about. It's
It
also
it looks cool, but
so
I've not played it.
it's so confusing sometimes, dude. Like it's like now go save Tyreek from the top of the waterfall. You need to climb on the right side of the waterfall. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm taking like stage directions. I'm like, is that waterfall right or my right? And I'm like, it doesn't seem like I can get up this way. It's really not that fun.
Oh, really?
If you want, check out my gaming channel if you want to see an hour of me struggle through this thing. I
Yeah,
just did a plug in
I
the middle
actually
of our game.
I actually want to see that. I didn't realize you uploaded any content, so
I just did it last night or
okay,
yesterday. Yeah.
nice.
Mm. Here's
Yeah,
the
I
kingdom.
Super Mario Wonder, uh, that is probably up there. Maybe not top five though. Maybe I wouldn't put that on the list.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much
Yeah,
Mario IP. I think that maybe people are not searching that.
yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy. Okay.
All right, so
What
let's move on
else?
to movies.
Oh, this is definitely Barbenheimer.
Yeah,
You know, that was
Oppenheimer,
a week.
Barbie. Yep.
That was a, and I still haven't seen either of those. That's
They
crazy.
added Barbie to HBO Max.
Okay.
I saw that recently. I didn't watch the movie, but I was like, oh, I'll definitely check it out. Um,
Should
Oppenheimer
do a
was really good. I
review.
did watch that. I liked
Yeah, I'm
Oppenheimer a
gonna
lot.
I'm gonna watch them both, but I didn't. I need to see where they're streaming.
I think
Barben.
Guardians 3 came out early in the
Oh,
year
that
too. I think that is probably I would think top five.
that's for sure, and that was awesome. Um, what else was there? I didn't really see a lot of movies this year.
I saw a lot of kids movies, but I
Yeah.
don't know if those are going to be top five. I actually thought
I'm
that
trying to think of,
migration movie that just came out, that was actually pretty good.
was
I saw
it?
that with Marley last week, yeah.
I I,
It was
I
good for a
saw a
children's movie.
trailer for it, and I thought the animation looked cool. I like ducks.
Danny
Uh,
DeVito's in it too, as a
oh, cool.
yeah.
Was
He's
he the
like
dad?
he's like a crazy uncle, so it fits
Oh,
perfectly with
that,
his voice.
that makes
It's
sense.
like, oh, it's Frank.
Frank Reynolds. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably why they cast him. They're like,
Yeah.
it's an always sunny person. They're like, we want that version of Danny DeVito. Um,
No, the dad is actually the that one guy Kuma. I don't know how to say his name. Kumaji. Am I
Kumail
saying?
Nanjiani.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
from Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
Kumail.
he's
Yeah. Okay.
he's very funny.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the show Portlandia?
Yeah. Not. I've not seen every episode, but I've seen quite a
Oh,
few.
I don't think anyone has. But
There's a lot. Yeah.
there was one sketch that he's in, and it's like
Mhm.
he's like a waiter. He's like a very it's like a complicated restaurant is the bit, and he's like the waiter. He's like, would you also like to have half a lobster with your taco? And they're like, wait, we're doing lobsters on the side. He's like, you could have a pizza too. It just gets crazier and crazier, and he's just so funny. It's like I think that was kind of what made him pop. He's a great comedian too. Uh, so yeah, Marvel, probably Guardians was the big Marvel movie.
They had other
I don't
Marvel movies, but I'm pretty sure they all flopped. Like
I
the
can't think of
Marvels.
which. Oh
I think
yeah,
it's called the
that
Marvels.
was
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't see it.
I don't think anyone did because it flopped.
It'll be on Disney Plus soon, and then maybe
Yeah.
they'll get something.
Yeah.
Um, I can't think of any other movies.
Yeah. Neither can I. We'll move on. TV shows. I have one in
Okay,
mind. The Last of Us.
I didn't see that. Oh man,
It was
I,
good.
I don't I, I don't need to have seen it to know for the game to work,
Yeah.
but that was a huge deal though. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone was talking about cordyceps and that
Right.
whatever at that time. Um, I actually did see probably half an hour of the first episode and then fell asleep, but I never revisited it.
I
I'll check it
wonder.
out after season two comes out.
I wonder how much an effect that show and the video game series has on like mushrooms, like people consuming mushrooms because they're thinking that it's going to be like turn them into a
May-
zombie.
I
Since that's like the whole
don't know.
premise of it is like the fungus
Yeah.
and seems like there'd be
Uh,
some sort of effect.
um, trying to think of their big shows. There probably was some. There was probably some shows that ended this year, like the final season. And I can't think of any.
Yeah, I can't think of any
Uh,
right now either. I should have thought of a few more because I'm pretty sure there were some.
like the spinoff to Game of Thrones. Did that come out this year?
I think it did.
And that was
The Dragon, House of the Dragon.
I, I think it was pretty well received. So, and
Yeah,
I don't know. That might be one
yeah,
of the big searches.
yeah.
I
We'll
don't know.
probably
I
when
don't.
that was the last category. So if we don't know anymore, I'll pull them up and we'll see. We'll compare. We'll be
Let me
like,
tell you
oh,
some of the things I had on here because I was
yeah.
looking at some things that I thought were going to be trending down, like
Hmm.
plant-based meats, for example. Like whenever I'm at the grocery store, it's at Whole Foods,
Hmm.
the plant-based meats they just can't give that stuff away. So I was like, this
Really?
industry is in decline. I wanted to see that in Google Trends. I felt like this year especially, there's just less and less interest in it. Um, there's other things that I heard of, like that I'm just like, I can't believe that's a thing, and I wanted to Google Trend things that just blew my mind this year, like adult Happy Meals. That was a thing.
That was a thing? I don't even remember that.
That's a weird little cultural phenomenon that we have these like
These must be the
adults.
same type of people that are like the Disney adults that the adults
Yeah,
that like go crazy over going to Disney World and like they have all these like
yeah.
emotional reaction videos of like them seeing the castle. You know what I'm talking about? It's like
Yeah.
these people are a little
I
crazy.
I could see myself just a couple different changes in my life, like a couple different missteps or not missteps, whatever. I could have been a Disney adult. I really do love Disney. Um,
That could have been a dark path.
sure. Yeah. Other things like from the year that were Google Trend worthy, AGI. That was one of those
Hmm.
things that I remember having to look up, being like,
Yeah.
what is this term I keep hearing?
Oh, that's
Um,
probably going to be a news one, maybe. I feel like that could be a news
yeah.
related. Thinking about
The
that.
uh the term rizz, definitely one of the terms of the year. I think it's stupid.
Remind me what that is again. Asking for a
It's just
friend.
it's just short for charisma.
Oh, okay.
Like if you have charisma. But of course, the kids like to just take one of a word that exists, shorten and be like, see, we're adding something to culture and society.
Yeah.
Riz. That was definitely uh NFTs, I think that'd be an interesting thing because I feel like this year it completely dropped off. You
Yeah,
know, that was definitely
that
like
was
the
big
Beanie
last
Baby.
year, 2 years ago.
Probably 2 years, two and
Yeah,
a half years. But it's like I feel like this is the year. If you had to make a tombstone, NFTs, 2021 to 2000 or 2021 to 2023.
yeah. The
Uh,
the whole blockchain thing, I cryptocurrency appears to be the only useful thing for it. It's like
yeah.
people are talking about that. I think they call it like Web 3.0 or something like that. I don't understand it as somebody that works in IT when they're talking about this. But
Hmm.
like, show me. They need to show me first like a practical use of how the blockchain, how using the blockchain is going to be beneficial, and people
Hmm.
would adopt it. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Me neither.
But
Um,
do you want me to look up the results for? We can do news
yeah.
first.
Let's look up some results.
All right. So according to Google Trends, 2023, uh, top news was war in Israel and Gaza. That's number
Okay.
one. So we had that. Titanic submarine. I didn't word it that way. Oceangate, but I
Yeah.
guess maybe people were like they didn't know what that was, so they were like submarine that went to go
Right.
to the Titanic. The rest are hurricanes, three, four, and five, and we didn't have
Whoa.
that at all. Hurricane Hillary, Hurricane Adalia,
Hmm.
Adalia, Idalia. I don't know how to say that.
I don't know.
And then Hurricane Lee.
I don't know about any of those hurricanes. I feel so out of the loop.
Yeah,
I mean, I used to be like a hurricane expert, and I guess now out in Colorado, I'm just like hurricanes don't exist anymore in
yeah,
my
yeah.
worldview. Um, wow, I feel
Yeah, I
so
used to love the
small
tropical
minded.
update on the Weather Channel. That was like I used to
Yeah,
love watching that. But that was as a kid when you were trying to get out of school. And I did like
right.
storms in general. I liked
Man,
the excitement.
I, I I love the feeling of or the memory. It's kind of a visceral memory of in the morning getting ready for school, and that's the Weather Channel's just playing,
Yeah.
and now you're local on the eights. Do, 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 do,
Yeah.
do, 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 do. It sounded a little bit like the Troy and Abed
Yeah,
song.
actually I thought you were
Um,
gonna do did 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 did
it
did
sounded
did.
that's
That could make
basically
good
based
Weather
on
Channel. Yeah.
that's basically what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that called yacht rock? I feel like that's something I don't completely understand what yacht rock is.
I don't
I've
know.
had people literally face to face to me like I'm talking to them about yacht rock and I'm like just explain it like I'm five and then they do and I'm like I still don't quite get it. I think it's a sub genre.
Yeah, I'm still similar to that. I the other genre, Midwest emo and math rock. I still don't
I don't
understand
really get that
where
either. Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know when it's appropriate.
I think technically a bunch of my songs
Could
might
be
be Midwest emo or
or
math rock.
math
I'm
rock.
not
Yeah.
sure.
No,
I'm not sure.
it seems to be where there's a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs, or it could
Yeah.
mean open tuning, which I don't do. But
Oh.
do you
Okay.
do any open tunings?
I mean, drop D, but like
Well,
not like.
I think it's more the open ones where you can do the whole, all the chord, all the
Oh.
strings, and it
I
would just
mean,
basically sound good.
I
You have some?
definitely have a bunch of songs like that, but those are like that's like from my dashboard confessional era, like when
Right.
I was playing 20 plus years ago, and it was like, and I had a DAD um BAD or something like some one
Yeah.
weird tuning that I used. It's in a bunch of my old songs, but I haven't tuned that way in so long. I don't remember how to play those songs. Um, anyway,
Yeah.
uh, where were we?
We were talking about news, and okay, so
Math
yeah,
rock,
math
and
rock.
Midwest emo.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go to the next segment, which was games. Let's see. Top games. Number one was Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay.
So we had that. Number two is Connections. I don't know what that is.
Oh wow, I play that every day. That's funny.
Oh, do you? Is
It's
that a
yeah, I do.
oh, is it a
It's a
trivia game or something
It's
or?
a New York Times like it's like
Oh, okay.
Wordle and Connections, the little New York Times puzzle. It's yeah, that
Wordle
came
was
out
big
this
last
year.
year, right? Wasn't Wordle huge
Wordle
last year or 2 years ago? Maybe it
Wordle's
was.
probably 2.5 years old.
Mhm.
Um, But yeah, Connections they added this year, and I love
Okay.
it. It's really
Maybe it hasn't
I
gone. Apparently, it is viral. I was gonna say maybe it has gone viral where I see people posting their results like Wordle. Like people used to do
mhm,
that all the time. I don't recall
yeah.
seeing that on Connections yet. Boulders Gate 3 was number three. Starfield was number four, and number five was Diablo. I totally forgot about Diablo. We
Oh,
played
forgot
that game.
about
Yeah,
Diablo. I forgot about it too. Once I finished it, I sort of forgot about it, honestly.
yeah.
Um,
I forgot about Starfield. There was a lot of hype with that game too.
that was kind of a bomb, wasn't it? Like it
It was
came
like
out like kind of.
mixed. It was mixed. Yeah,
It seems like Cyberpunk kind of like a similar trajectory. Like it had this huge hype around it, and then it sort of came out and it was like glitchy, and I don't know. I thought it looks
yeah,
pretty cool. I was literally like missing having an Xbox because I was like, I just want to play that.
yeah. I played a little bit of it. I liked it, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not huge into those like. It's a different type of RPG game that I'm
Okay.
used to. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I like more linear stories than open world. I don't know. There's
Mhm.
certain open world games that I like, but yeah. Ross seems to like Starfield. I know he loved Diablo. He didn't like
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy, which I don't
Really?
know.
That's
Yeah.
surprising.
Well, he made a comment. He's like, I don't see the appeal. He was playing it. I was super surprised. Yeah, I was like,
That's
but
strange because it
he
really
loves Starfield
Diablo.
though. I think there is something to it. I think he likes those type of games like Skyrim and the Elder
Mhm.
Scrolls games, and those do play way different than you know Hogwarts Legacy or something.
Yeah. I feel like every video game is basically the same thing, honestly.
Yeah,
Like when I
it
was
is.
playing the Avatar thing the other day, I was like, oh, so this is the Apex slide. This is like the
Right. The
redeployment
mechanics are
balloon. Everything is, yeah. And Hogwarts Legacy, I feel like is just Diablo, but it's prettier. You
in
know?
first person. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's not first
that
person.
too.
It's third person. But it's okay. It's not. I was like, what? How am I trying to describe this?
It's
It's
not
not
that
over the top.
it's not
Yeah,
that
top
weird
down.
like the mobile game view,
Yeah, yeah,
which is never gonna make sense to me about Diablo being a
yeah.
modern whatever.
I think
Um,
that's the way it's always been since the '90s. Diablo's always been that type of
yeah,
view where it's like top down.
but I mean, GTA evolved. You
That's
know,
true. Diablo should evolve. I bet they. Yeah, I agree. Movies. Let's go into movies.
I like that I made an astute observation, and it's just about video games. I'm like, wow, I said something good, and then I was thinking about the subject matter. I'm like, okay, less impressive. All right,
Well, it's on topic at least. So the number one movie, Barbie.
Barbie, of course.
You guessed that, yeah. I actually would have thought Oppenheimer would be number one, but that's only because I didn't see Barbie. Um,
Yeah, we live in more of a Barbie type world than an Oppenheimer world. Well,
yeah.
then again, we are in multiple conflicts. War is pretty popular right now. So,
Sound of Freedom was number three. That's that conservative Christian movie, I think. I think it's a.
um,
I could be wrong.
I think it's the guy that played Jesus.
For The Chosen, that TV show, is
No,
that?
no, no, no. In
Oh,
the
oh,
the Mel
oh, Mel
Gibson
Gibson.
movie,
Ah,
that
the
Jesus, I
Passion of
think
the
it's
Christ.
I forget the guy's name, and I'm usually so good with names, but I think it's his movie, The Sound of Freedom,
Ah,
and
okay.
it's about some like hostages or trafficking, something like that.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it's kind of weird that's so popular. Um,
Yeah, because
Jim Caviezel, dude,
I just
still
remember
got it.
people saying that no theaters were playing it, and they. I just remember people posting about this movie like on online, and it was usually from
Mm,
more religious people. I don't know.
mm.
Um,
I wonder
but
why.
yeah, number three. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was number four.
That was huge. That feels older though. I feel like that was.
That does seem older. Maybe it came out like
I
at the
feel like
beginning of the year or something, or it's
because
just viral
it won all those awards at the Academy Awards.
for last year.
Yeah, I thought it did. I thought it was like the
Ah,
big.
well,
I thought it
maybe.
was like the Baldur's Gate of the Academy Awards.
Well, maybe it just went. It was still highly
Hmm.
searched even after it was released.
That makes
Yeah.
makes sense.
I have not seen that. Have you watched it?
No,
My
I do
brother
love
Kenny, he watched
A24
it.
films.
He said he liked it a lot. But
Yeah.
and number five is Guardians. of the Galaxy, Volume 3.
Awesome.
So we got a couple.
Okay.
Okay, so the last one was what, TV? Let's see, TV.
I can't even think
Yeah,
of.
I don't know any of these shows besides The Last of Us was number one.
Okay.
Number
Well,
two is Ginny and Georgia. Never heard of it.
never heard of it.
Number three is Queen Charlotte. Never heard of
Also,
that.
never heard of it.
Yeah. Number
That's weird.
four, Daisy Jones and the Six.
This is weird.
What channel are these on? What
I mean,
streaming service?
I feel like you and I are the kind of people that should at least be aware of something. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
like we didn't watch these shows, but we're like, oh yeah, that's that Netflix thing. I heard about it. I've never
yeah.
heard of those last four shows you said.
Okay,
It's
so
weird.
I have heard of number five, and I've heard good things. I've not seen it. I think it's on Netflix. Wednesday.
Oh, it's the
That's
Adams
the
Family show.
yeah, Adam's Family. Um,
Mhm.
so that was number five. I thought that was last year too. I guess that must have been earlier this year.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's
Yeah, weird TV shows.
yeah. I feel like all the other topics we had at least a few,
Yeah.
minus the news. We had two of them, but we missed out on three
Mhm.
hurricanes apparently. TV shows, I think we did the worst.
Yeah. Well, those aren't real shows.
Maybe Google Trends, it's AI searching stuff and it's made up stuff.
Maybe. They're probably international shows, and we're just not cultured.
Actually, hold on. Let me look up the what I'm looking up right now if it's specific to the Okay, this is for the US, by the way. So this is what's
Okay.
trending 2023 United States.
Oh, okay.
I could change the country. You could see what I bet Canada would be the same. I just want to real quick. I'm going to change it to Egypt. Oh, I can't read any of this.
You can't read Egyptian, Kevin?
I was thinking it would be like in English, like translated
Yeah.
for me. I just want to know what other countries the top one was. So maybe
Yeah.
these were the top. If I go global, okay, some of the stuff changed when I go global,
Oh, okay.
but it's mostly the same. Oppenheimer, Barbie,
Barbenheimer.
yeah. All right, well that we can move off this segment. We'll go to the next one.
Okay.
Um, predictions for 2024. I know you
I'm
have
gonna put on
some.
my glasses for this because
Yeah. Okay,
I
Grandpa.
typed out a bunch of these are kind of grandpa glasses, like German grandfather glasses.
I say that and
Um,
I squint all the time because I can't see. I need to wear my glasses too. But
um, let me see where we're at on this. So I have a bunch, and I thought we could just kind of go through these, and there's some news stories interjected in here.
okay.
Some of these won't speak to you. I'm predicting, I'm going to do this one first. Dolphins beat the 49ers at the Super Bowl. I'm going to call it the Soder Bowl for Dan Soder. Anyone that gets it, gets it. It's probably not worth explaining. Okay, I'll explain it. Dan Soder he's a comedian and a podcaster. He's obsessed with the 49ers.
Mhm.
But he's also best friends with the coach for the Dolphins. They both grew up here in Aurora together.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, if he is that's the Soder Bowl. Okay,
You think the
Dolphins are going
Dolphins
to
will?
win. Dolphins are going to win.
You think so? I
Yeah,
remember watching like the third or fourth football game I've watched this year, which hasn't been obviously many,
yeah.
because I'm not really into that. But I remember watching the Dolphins game and they ended up losing. I'm trying to remember. I don't
Oh,
think it was
yeah.
a playoff game though. But so they've been doing well since then.
They have a good record, and it's
That's
just
good.
the way when you watch them play,
Hmm.
they look like they're having more fun than other teams. The coach Mike McDaniel's, his style is very unique. There's really no other coach like him.
Hmm.
They just have an interesting program. I'm cool with that. The Dolphins Super Bowl. Biden's going to drop out after the State of the Union. I
You
think
think
so.
so? Wow.
I think in
I'd be very
probably
surprised if that happens. I think they're gonna like weekend at Bernie's him. Although I
yeah.
thought that back in 2022 though. So
I don't think they can. I don't think they can do it
we're
any
running out of
longer.
time. Yeah.
Historically, I think it was LBJ who was the last president to drop out so late in the game, and I think it was in March of his election year that he was like, "I'm not gonna be your
Gotcha.
candidate." So it wouldn't be unprecedented. But I do think, yeah, the State of the Union is going to be like the biggest show of his lifetime. I think he'll get through it. He can read a teleprompter still. He can still follow stage directions and wear an earpiece. He could do that. So yeah, I think he's out. And I think also Trump will be ineligible. I don't think it's going to be the matchup everyone thinks. I really don't.
Yeah.
Um,
That'd be so weird,
I gotta
though.
say this. I gotta say this quickly. Have you heard of the Lincoln Project?
I have heard
I think
of
it's
that.
it's like a nonprofit that's
Yeah.
basically propaganda.
Right.
I hate it. Like as um as the Trump is getting pulled off these ballots, they keep posting things saying Biden just won Colorado. I'm like,
Really?
that's cringy. Like Biden didn't win shit. I don't like that. I almost just said mean things about the Lincoln Project. I'm not going to say mean things. Moving on.
I don't
I
know
think
enough about the Lincoln Project. I've heard of it, but I
it
thought it
just
was some. I don't know what it is. I can try to explain
it's
it, but
just
I can't.
you know what it basically is. It's like SNL when they brought in Jim Carrey to be Biden,
Hmm.
and it's just like and he's just like doing his little smirk, and he's like, "Come on, man," and he's wearing the aviators. It
Right.
was like nothing. It wasn't based on reality. And that's kind of what the Lincoln Project is. They're like, do you want to have an old elderly candidate who can't walk or talk or whatever?
It's
And
just
then
a
you're thinking
media
they're
company that
yeah,
puts
yeah.
out like.
But it always seems like they're going to talk about Biden, but then they switch it, and it's like, then don't vote for Trump, and it's like you're
Uh,
not paying attention to the whole story here. I don't know. I don't like that. I think there's okay. Another prediction.
mhm.
I think there's going to be some new non-binary trend that emerges.
Another
Yeah, I think
a
there will be
non-binary.
because I think this to thrive in that marketplace of the LGBT letters, the alphabet, you got to keep it fresh. I don't know what it'll be, but I could see myself doing a Google trend search in the future, being like what is this? When did this come about?
Hmm.
I don't know what it'll be called. We'll let them name it. They them can name it. Something else. Here's another thing I'm predicting for 2024. I think UAP disclosure is going to get completely discredited. I think it's going to go away next year. I think we're going to really have some awakening where we'll be like, oh yeah, it's been the U.S. military the whole time. It's all like Lockheed
Right.
Martin, Skunk Works. Something is either going to come out. Like maybe one of these people, like David Garush, is going to get they're going to find out like he's just a wacko. I don't know. I do believe that this next year will be the end of this craze,
Hmm.
which I've been a part of. I enjoy that stuff. Do you have any predictions you want to just throw out there?
The only thing I can think of is the Artemis mission. That's
Mhm.
Artemis 1, I think is. I think it's the
Yeah.
one where they're going to actually fly people around the moon. That's scheduled for
Uh-huh.
November. I think it's going to get delayed because that's what always happens.
Yeah, for sure.
And it
For
should if
sure.
it's for safety reasons. I hope it's on schedule, but we'll see.
Yeah, I agree with that prediction. I mean, you're Nostradamus, dude. Um, I think that something could happen in the next year that's going to bring Biden bucks back. We're going to have some kind of a little
Stimulus.
stimulus thing. Something. I think in an election year, like for the Democrats, they would really like want to, reward their base with some cash. Some Biden bucks are back. I don't know. I think they'll find a way. Um, okay, this is a prediction that I think is already kind of happening. So it's not really like um, it's also it's dark. I think I think we're gonna pull out of like get rid over we're gonna get over this Israel, Gaza, Ukraine, Russia nonsense, and we're just gonna put all our chips in on Taiwan. I think that's gonna happen very soon too, because they have Taiwan has like an election coming up,
Mhm.
and China's like, no, you don't. You're part of us. You can't like have your own thing. Our government is your government, so you can't do that.
Right.
So they said they're basically gonna step in on January 12th and stop their voting from happening, which is
China's
a
going to
new
do that,
conflict.
or
China, yeah,
yeah,
China's.
you're thinking U.S. and China are gonna. That's gonna.
I think we're going to be sending some warships to Taiwan in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Um, okay, so that's
Geez, how many
unfortunately.
conflicts can we have at once? Seems
Well,
like a lot.
I think that I think that's the thing. I think the Taiwan one is going to be the big new one, and the other ones are
Yeah.
just going to be like you can fight amongst yourselves forever. Because I mean, literally, even if there's a ceasefire, it's just they're playing dirty. It'll just keep going. It's just going to keep going.
Right.
Here's a prediction. I think there's going to be a new term that we're all going to know. Like everyone knows BPA free. Things like that. We always learn about these new things, or cadmium in the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Cadmium became the new lead. There's something called DBPs, which are disinfectant byproducts that are in the water supply.
Really?
For water quality, and I think it's kind of in the category of forever chemicals. So I think that there's probably going to be in the next year, maybe next couple of years, a public kind of outcry about DBPs. I'm just saying.
So you're saying I shouldn't be drinking tap water?
Probably not. I mean, especially you need to look at the plumbing, the history of the where you live. A lot of times, the plumbing, if it's before '86, they're like, oh yeah, don't mess with that tap water.
Yeah.
I think next year there's a high likelihood we're going to see two major streaming services merge.
I heard about the HBO Max and what was it, Paramount?
Well, I think those deals are already they're still working that stuff out. But I'm thinking something like Netflix Prime, like Amazon's going to just buy Netflix, something like that.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Because I think that's an oversaturated market, and they need
to too many of them.
Start consolidating each other, and I think Amazon has the cash to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's what the United States does best is oligopolies, right?
My favorite game when I was a kid. I think that in the next year, AI is going to crack the code on FBRs, fast radio bursts, FRBs. I said it wrong. Just some pattern recognition. Like right now, the one signal that's the scientists are going crazy for is the signal where it has the slide whistle. They're calling it the cosmic slide whistle, where it because normally it's there's these little, and then if they isolate the center frequency, it goes, so it has there's something encoded in it. It's almost like the movie Contact. We're gonna build a big thing that spins really crazy, and then we're gonna go see our dad, who's dead in space, but he's like an alien, but he looks like my dad. My dad's alive. Yeah, I think AI is gonna crack the code on that. Okay, this is a silly one. I'll probably try and wrap it up on this. I think that the word crazy, which I say all the time, is going to become a pejorative term. People are like, you're making fun of mental health. I think they're going to take the word crazy away from us, or they're going to try to.
All right. Well, if I can say bananas, I'll switch to that. And dude, that's bananas.
Yeah. And then that's going to be offensive to someone else for some other reason, offensive to. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any other predictions?
Yeah, I actually haven't given it much thought. Just the Artemis thing. I'm sure there's going to be new AI stuff coming out, new advancements with that.
Yeah.
But no, right. I enjoyed listening to your thoughts on that. You had quite a few.
Well, if we're doing this in a year, if we're still doing this, it'll be fun to go back and look at this and see how much we
were wrong.
How much I was wrong. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Are you a resolutions guy at all?
I usually make some, but they're usually kind of boring. So drink more water, eat more vegetables, that stuff, or drink my vegetables. I guess I could do that.
Yeah, get a slow masticating juicer.
Yeah. What about you? Do you have any?
I don't really do that, but I mean, in general, I mean, I hope I use my Peloton more. I've been really slacking this month. I want to compliment people more. Every now and then when I just give someone a compliment, I always can see how, or when I receive one, I just I'm like, that feels good,
Oh, yeah.
Really kind of make someone's day. Just being like, that's a badass watch, man. And then he's like, oh, thanks, dude. And he's like lit up, and I'm like, that didn't take any effort. I just complimented his watch that I didn't even like, actually. that's my that's my New Year's resolution. More fake compliments. um,
Oh my goodness.
no, I'm just gonna try and be a better person.
Yeah,
I
I
want to get
usually
that.
try to.
Uh,
I don't do like
um,
January thing or of like just thinking of resolutions in January. It's like I actively think I'm like, oh, I need to stop doing this, and I'll think about stuff in the middle of the year. You know what I mean? So like just because
yeah,
it's the new year doesn't really mean anything to me. But
I do more resolutions at my birthday.
do you?
Because that's my actual New Year.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
Um, uh, I don't know. I didn't really have any more predictions. The Nostradamus bit is over. Um,
Well, honestly, we're already at 40 minutes, so we could probably just wrap up the episode.
Play the music.